that spider knows something I don't know, 'cause I'm goddamn cold. Hi guys, Little Yellow Spider today. Really cool little track. It's got some really fun lyrics and stuff. Devendra Banhart did this. It was quite big when I was growing up. It's a really nice little finger picking one. It's not a huge amount going on. You need to be quite strong on your hammer-ons. There's a slightly easier way to play it, which we can talk about, but it does make one of the last notes a bit harder, so you can kind of play around with that. And then we'll look at the E minor part, and there's a little bit of a solo which we'll talk about as well. Okay guys, so there's only two chords in the whole song. We've got D and we've got E minor, and that's it. So we're going to start, we'll look at the intro, which is also the first part of the verse. And then in the right hand we've got this finger picking pattern. We're going to go D string with the thumb, then two Gs, index, thumb. So same string with alternate fingers. So it's kind of, we have a slightly off beat. So instead of, it's the easiest way to count it I find is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 round. But really it's more kind of like a 1, a 2. But I just find it easier to count like a, almost like a swing rhythm with the finger picking. 1 and 2. And then there's a hammer on, which comes in on the left hand, we'll talk about in a second. And then you're picking out your middle finger on the B string. Now that sounds a bit weird if we don't add in the hammer on, so we'll talk about that now. What we're doing is a little finger hammer on to the 4th fret. If you can't reach that, what you can do is put your middle finger to the D sus, to make kind of like a D sus2 chord, and then use your ring finger. It just means when you come to that second one you either have to do a little bar or you just ignore that thin string note. I use the little finger just because it makes it easier, and it's also good to strengthen this little finger up as much as you can. So then we just do the finger picking pattern. So thumb, index, thumb, hammer on to the 4th fret of the G, and then pick the B string. 1 and 2 and then it repeats. On the 4th time round, pick with your ring finger to pick the E string instead of the B. And that's the intro. To do the verse, the first bit is just the same, you just don't go to the E string. Then we come to this E minor chord, where we have two patterns. The first one is still that 1 and 2 and. We're going to go hammer on that first finger, so picking the A string with your thumb. Then we go to the D, and then we have G and B. I move my whole hand up, so I'm using each finger. You could also just do a double thumb. It's just the way I learnt it when I was younger. Both ways are good, whichever you prefer. So it's 1 and 2 and. So you do that once, then you stick with the E minor. You're going to go A string, G string, hammer on that 2nd fret of the D, and then B string again. It's kind of that same pattern as we had before. Same rhythm, sorry. So one time really slow. And you do that 3 times. So you do the first one. And then we're back into air. And that's the whole song, apart from this little solo bit. So for the little solo bit, we're going to be in B minor pentatonic. If you don't know your pentatonic scales, there is a lesson on pentatonic scales. Just quickly position 1, 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. and we'll talk about that instrumental bit. So, So, 10th fret of the E string. He actually stops it, so it's kind of like a staccato note. So just let go of the pressure, but don't let go of the string. Then you're back to the 7th fret, 10th fret of the B, 7th fret of the B, back to the 10th, back to the E, back to the 10th fret of the B. Then that last little bit is 7th fret of the B, 9th fret of the G, 7th fret of the G, 9, 7, 9 on the D, and then finish on the G. So that first line, the rhythm wasn't quite right there, but you get the idea. And then on the second bit, there's a quick hammer on, 7th fret of the G to the 9th, and then we walk down. So it's hammer on, back to 7 on the G, 9, 7 on the D, back to the G, 7th fret, and then we do the 9, 7, 9 again, and back to 7 on the G. And then the last bit, 7 on the G, 9, put off to 7. So that second half. That's quite quiet, you can't really hear that in the background, but it's just there if you want to play around. I would recommend just kind of learning roughly what it is, and if there's two of you playing on the guitar, just have a little bit of a jam around that scale. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that lesson. As I say, it's a pretty weird song with the lyrics, but it's quite fun, so check them out. Any comments, questions, as always, give me a shout and have a look at those other videos and let me know what you think. See you next time guys.